Good afternoon. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News. I am your host, Brian Taylor Bridges. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News, you all. Going straight in, man. We got a cop out of Florida who was arrested for D.W.I while on the clock. Now, the main objective for a police officer is to protect and serve. You all. But in this particular case, this particular cop was protecting and swerving. Yeah, I said protecting and swerving was this man's motto. On the way to the job site, Mr. Malargo decides he's going to drink him 3 Hispanic beers. I think there was some Melados, or I do have the correct pronunciation of the actual beer, but it's the Hispanic beer, you all. Modelo, I believe the name of it, but I will get directly to that in just a second. However, the man drank at least 324s on the way to work. Yep, I said it, at least 324s on the way to work. Then, he proceeded to be going down the street and running red lights and just, driving recklessly, you all. Now, mind you, a pedestrian is the one that initially called in on the man. She happened to see an officer running red lights and swerving, driving crazy, radically down the street. So she called 911, you all. She called 911, rightfully so, because we do not need not one officer drinking on the job, you all. Not only do we not need one officer drinking on the job, but we don't need none of them drinking on the job. Not even drinking, alcohol, drugs, weed, none of it. They all have to be in the right frame of mind to be able to, handle the situations that they're faced with on a daily basis. You all, and some of these situations are very dangerous, mind you, I must say, for a cop, you all, but for a cop to be an officer that arrests people, you all, he usually arrests people for DWIs, drinking, driving while intoxicated, speeding, so forth and so on, reckless driving. These are one of the things that as an officer, it's one of your main duties, like I said, to protect and serve. But in this particular situation, his motto was to protect and swerve, you all. Anyway, man, I'm quite honored to bring you all this story today because this is insane, something that's really, 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 really silly. I don't even understand how officers can proceed to do something like this. Mind you, you all, when his co-workers pulled him over, they pulled him out the vehicle. They trying to ask the man, hey, look out, officer, you all right? So forth and so on. He proceeded to lie. Yep, I said it. That's what they do. They lie anyway. This is one of the things that the police officers do. Not only do they lie about the things that they doing in their own personal life, but, some of them proceed to plant things of bad intent on other people, on people that's not even doing nothing. They proceed to harass you about certain situations that don't even matter. But like I said, in this particular situation, is the roots is coming on the crow. The roots, you know what they be saying. But anyway, like I'm saying, like I say, nothing bring me more pleasure than to bring this story because he should have got the dumbest cop of the year award, you all. Like I said, once he was pulled over, his officers proceeded to ask him, man, are you intoxicated? So he tell officers, nope, I took me some Benadryls for allergy. I took 3 of them before I go to work. So the officer proceeded to ask him, man, that's not a safe thing to do. Why would you even do something like that? Now, mind you, while he talking to the other officers, one of the other officers happened to be a few officers pulled up on the scene. One of them spotted an open container up in the man's vehicle. You all, like I said, in this particular situation, it was crazy, you all, because not only did the man proceed to lie, but he proceeded to lie about the beer can that was left in the vehicle. You all, the man proceeded to say that that beer can, the open container, that still had a small amount of beer in it, was from days prior. He said from like 3 days prior. So I mean, who give the officers permission to ride around with alcohol in their vehicles or any type of drugs for that matter? But this particular officer, he find it very comfortable to ride around doing a public job in which is very dangerous at times to ride around intoxicated. Now, what possessed a person to think that he's a police officer, that he can live in such a manner? I'll tell you, because they let him do anything, you all. They let him do anything in the street. You know, they just give him a pat on the back and just send him back to work. You know, a lot of times they kill people, you know, unjustly and get to go right back to work on a paid leave. But in this particular situation, you know, he didn't have nothing of such a magnitude and still was suspended without pay. Yep, I said that he was suspended without pay, and rightfully so. You know, like I said, this is a very dangerous situation to have an officer behaving in such a manner. And before I get off into, you know, the little video, because I would like to share with you all a brief clip of the article and the news article as well. I like to read my copyright disclaimer, which I should have been done, but it's cool when you do it at any time. You know, also I link at the bottom, so I'm pretty much covering myself all around. Copyright disclaimer under Title 17 U.S.C. Sections 107, allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is permitted by the copyright statute and might otherwise be infringed. Non-profit, educational, and personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Tips the balance in favor of fair use, you all. But here we go again, back to this Omicron. Anyway, like I said, this particular officer, I do have a picture of him. Yep, that's him, you all. You know, looked like he had been beat up, you know, prior. He looked like somebody that just go hang out in the club and you never know he an officer, but he drunk as a skunk. You know, this type of one of the situations with this man, you know, like I said, he should also, you know, before they even consider letting him back, he needs to be off for a whole year. You know, he needs to get a bunch of AA classes because this particular officer is an alcoholic, you all, and would be very unsafe for him to be on the streets. Yes, I said it, very unsafe for him to be anywhere on the streets, you all. I'm going to take a brief moment and share with you some of the video because it was not on the, it was crazy. This is a cop channel off the YouTube, but you know, it basically shows body cam. You know, it's a channel that's exclusively to show body cam videos, and it got some pretty good information on here. So, you know, if you all like to link on to it, if you all can.
You don't have your paper with you? No, sir. No? Okay. He said that his rifle's in the back. It was in the center console when I got there. It was in a couple of it's not there.
I'm sorry, you are.
What time did you get off work today, man? What time did you get off work? 6:30. 6:30? What have you been doing? I got to see. You guys go trick or treat? What time? 4 a.m. Do you work night shift? Yeah.
Man, this one is crazy. I'm gonna cue it up a little further, let y'all get a little more action in, because like I said, man, this is very embarrassing for an officer to be arrested while he's on duty. You know, for another officer to actually take your. I mean, he couldn't take his badge, but he had the right authority to take his weapon, and you know he proceeded to take his weapon in this situation in this manner. Like I said, it's various other clips, you know, news clips that you all are welcome to look up on your own merit. But this is one that I had chosen. I mean, it's like an hour and something long, and I did not plan to share the whole video with you all. I mean, just enough for you all to pretty much get the understanding. That's another Bill King.
He's already disarmed, sir. Very, very like top heavy. You almost fell, so I want to sit you down in the grass, okay? So sit in the back of the car. You want to sit in the back of my car where there's AC? You're not in trouble. Listen, do you need EMS or no? If you're acting like this way, I'd rather them come and make sure you're okay. I'll sit in the back where there's AC. Alright, you're not in trouble. That's all you know, I know. Alright, go. Ready? 40 feet to 60. Alright. You have EMS en route. You can't even stand properly. You keep falling. Here's what I see it. This guy was in from Lowe's in Mount Dora all the way around a couple of blocks to the center street.
And you all, even on this video, it was edited, you all. You know, I'm pretty sure, like I said, they took out the most critical parts of the video. It should be circulating in high circulation in the news right now. Like I said, I just want to come on and share a brief small clip with you all. Because, like I said, it's very embarrassing for an officer, I mean, to have his gun retrieved from him, you know, while he's on duty. Man, this man is on his way to work, and like I say, he loaded. He pass loaded, you know. Like I said, it's enough things going on with these officers, man. They have to be sharp as they can be, you know. They have to make the right decision right there on the dime, you know. And being under the influence of any kind of thing, I mean, it's hard to really have that kind of attention, you all, to have that kind of awareness, you know, when you under some kind of influence, as such as alcohol, you know. This man was unable to stand. He kept falling numerous of times, you know. I'm pretty sure that these are some of the things that was, you know, also left out the clip. You know, I'll read it. I'm gonna take some time. Hold on. I want EMS around. You can't even stand properly. Take some time and read it and read some of it to you all. This is insane, man. Like I say, it's embarrassing to the Florida Police Department, but like I say.
Listen, man. It's better to be honest. In our profession, I took a lot of Benadryl. Listen, in our profession, you know it's best to be honest, right? No, I know. Okay.
Like I say, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. You all, there you have it, man. We got another a clutter on the force. A clutter on the force, you all. But anyway, I didn't want to tear too long on it because, like I said, I have a few other things I want to touch bases with you all on. But that was the gist of that story, you all. Like I said, it's just it's insane, you know. If you see you know, the solution, same scenario. If you see one of them cops riding around and they look intoxicated or high, you all can't get his badge number, get his card number. Could turn they tail in. In this situation, we had some good Samaritans, you know, because I mean, he could have potentially went on and injured someone that day. You know, he could have killed a black man that day, or a black woman, or a black child. Anybody, you know. So, like I said, I'm so happy that he is off, you know, and you know, the officers took the right protocols they needed to take to get him off the streets, you know, because they could have tried to hide it, you know, but they was more concerned with doing the right thing and doing their job. So I like to commend his other officers, his backup officers, but he was a sucker. Yep, he was crazy. Going for his great game. We out.